This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Bill Hook, YZ. Good morning. It's too cold. I don't even know. Oh, good morning, Arlo. I'm glad you have the day off as well. Everyone stay warm out there. If you have to be out, be careful. Funnel up. It is so cold. Heard Elijah's wearing new media. Yeah, no reason to be outside if you have to cuddle up with some blankets. There's so many descriptive words I have. Can't legally say over the air. Launch them right now. So cold. Even this morning I woke up. Again, last night was just like it. I get it, school's off. But like if your parents out there, if you're listening and you understand all this stuff, what is that? The anticipation of kids.
Oh yeah.
Like we had practice last night. And we had 8 of the kids there last night. All of them just going, don't have school. Like the anticipation was annoying.
Mm-hmm. How old are the ones you're coaching now?
11s.
Yeah.
11s. They were just anticipating. But my kids are the same way. But I'm kind of mean about it a little bit because until it's real, it's not. You know what I mean? Like until it's real, it's not. So they get home and they do the same thing. They're like, well, I'm not going to do my homework. Guess when I have school. No. Do your homework.
That's not how it works.
That's not how this works. There's no official announcement. Get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Just get it done. What are the chances? Maybe it is. I know Chuck said the anticipated day off. They did get it off fine. Taking care of the kids, I get it. There's a safety issue with walkers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the anticipation level drives me nuts.
I'm going to stay up and play video games all night.
I'm going to stay up all night. I'm going to do this now. There was a little bit lack of focus at practice talking about it.
Oh, absolutely. I can totally see that.
But it is cold. So take care of yourselves, especially, boy. And if I know we have some guys out there that do deliveries and things like that, you stay warm too. Take care because that is dangerous stuff.
And just in case anything happens, car breaks down or something, make sure you got a blanket, some sort of communication. Keep your phone charged so you can communicate with somebody, have batteries, flashlight, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, if you don't need to be out, don't be out. If you do, be very careful. Get in and out. Take care of the pets too. My dogs this morning kind of looked outside. Usually they race outside when I take them out in the morning. They kind of stare like,
I don't want to go out there.
No.
But
again,
it's going to be like this all weekend, yeah?
Yep.
Snow coming too.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But I am a believer in the weather. If it's going to snow or going to be cold, it might as well snow.
Yeah.
As much as I hate the snow, it's fine. We got a lot to get to today. Husker Hoops tomorrow. We'll look at Minnesota a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Their challenges they present for us. A little update on Frager, where we're at. A lot of stuff going back and forth yesterday. Okay. Early reports. When something hadn't even happened yet. Go, whatever. He's day to day.
Yeah.
We're day to day with Frager. Elijah's going to join us in the second segment or so. We're going to talk the NFL championship weekend. You guys are going to have a discussion.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have a discussion.
Hour number 2, Dr. Dane Todd. Might be a little late, but he's going to be here. Dr. Dane Todd. No Jeff Moats today.
Yep.
Moatsy's off. He is picking up his wife because there's a lot of people in the southern area trying to get back home. Out of Dallas, Nashville. Think about all those. Boy, I've lived in that world, not in that there, but in North Carolina. So speaking of weather, those are anxious times.
Yeah, because you're not used to it.
You're not used to it. These are very anxious times for them.
Mm-hmm.
I never experienced, I experienced the cold and the occasional snow because it shuts down cities. It literally paralyzes cities like that.
Yeah.
They just don't have equipment. They're not used to it. They don't have equipment. Okay, so thinking about them, because there's a lot of people out there that are experiencing something they've never experienced before in life. And it could be, at times, life-threatening to those regions.
People down in Texas get snow and look around up in the sky and think the world's ending.
Oh, Arlo, you guys are the best. Listen to this. This is great. Me and my 5-year-old are making hot chocolate for the garbage men. My little guy is so excited. Warm them up. That is awesome.
That's what it's all about.
That is, man, that is awesome.
Yeah,
you guys are awesome.
Need more things like that. That's incredible.
Flood X10, I did that this morning too, Ryan. I did that yesterday and this morning. My kids celebrate, then I remind them, Dad's got to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in school, kids. Don't be. They're all going to have to work at some point.
I don't have any kids yet, but you better believe.
Hey.
I would tell them, now, while you stay warm in this bed, I got to go out in the cold. So
well, and remember why you got this, how you're staying warm in this bed.
You be happy.
Believe me, I got one kid that's already awake. 2, my college kid, she's already off and gone. She has classes because, colleges keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Right? My 11-year-old, he came rolling down. My 15-year-old, I have no idea when he wakes up today. I might be the most jealous thing ever.
And when he does, he's going to have bedhead and hair everywhere.
There's a chance if we don't go upstairs and rattle him out of the bed at some point, he'll miss breakfast and lunch. Seriously.
And you know what? He's been working hard. Maybe he deserves it.
Oh, boy, there we go. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, Nebraska, Minnesota, as Nebraska tries to keep rolling. Getting that number to 20. I know, just keep playing great basketball. When you look at, I kind of looked at this Minnesota team a little bit. They are kind of a little dangerous, especially at home. They're 9-2 at home. Something to watch. 9-2 at home. Just looking to tell the tape a little bit. They don't score it at a high rate. Nebraska, look at it. Nebraska 81 a game. Minnesota's about 73 a game. Excuse me. We shoot it at 47%. They're about 45%. They make about 8 threes a game. Obviously, we know top 15 in the country. We make about 11 threes a game. I can go down through all these stats and say, all right, we're better here. We're better there. We're better there. We're better in almost every statistical category. Except you have that factor. You're at the barn. You have a couple guys that can shoot it. One that drives me nuts. He's a transfer guy. Played at Carolina last year. Cade Tyson. If you look at what Cade Tyson does, bigger guys. He plays about 36 minutes a game, shoots 50%, almost 40% from 3 this year.
He's their main guy.
He's their guy.
And then they got some surrounding pieces around him. And like you said earlier, Nebraska's better in every statistical category, but that doesn't mean Minnesota's not a good team. They are very well coached. They have a new coach, and he's got them playing well.
He's a great X and O's, man.
And if you look at Minnesota's scores this year, and obviously there's some outliers like Purdue, they got mollywopped.
Yeah, but
you look at Stanford, you look at Indiana, a game that they won. You look at USC, Northwestern, Iowa, all these games that they've played in conference, even Illinois, they're close.
Yeah, look, I'll give you that.
They're all close scores.
They're playing good basketball in the month of January when you look at it.
Oh, absolutely.
They lost. They won at Wisconsin, won at Northwestern by 6, beat Iowa at home by 3, lost by 1
in overtime
to USC, lost by 3 at Wisconsin, who now Wisconsin's on a roll. Watch out for them. They're now just like 2 games back of the lead at the top. Lost by 10 to Illinois. That was way closer than what it was. Lost by 8 to Ohio State in overtime. The team is playing pretty good basketball.
They're a team that can pose problems if they are able to control the tempo. And that's one thing that I think favors Nebraska is how they play offensively and how they play defensively is they wear you out. Can you imagine being the guy that has to guard Price Sanford in a game for 30 minutes?
It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a cardio night.
You're running from baseline to baseline through screens, and that's just one play. He's doing that every single possession. So I think if Nebraska can not let Minnesota control the tempo, they'll have an advantage there, but that's what Minnesota tries to do is make you play at their pace.
Now, these guys also, if you look at their stats, look through the year, they have potential to go 90. If you look at, they have a few guys that have only played in about 5 games or 7 games, but they have played 9 different individuals, 13 and a half minutes and above. They do have about 7 guys that play 20 more minutes. They got 4 guys that pretty much 5 guys that play about 30 minutes plus going at you. Nebraska, their biggest thing is obviously from what we're hearing and possibly what's going down is that Frager might not travel to this game. There's a lot of speculation. It is day-to-day at this point. The bigger question will be again, all speculation. When does Frager return? When's the right time to return? How's the ankle responding to treatment? Things like that. He is 19. Bodies respond differently. Don't know. You know what the great part is? We better talk to Dr. Dane Todd about ankle sprains today.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk to him about ankle sprains and the levels. And it does age really matter and athleticism matter with recovering from injuries.
Have you ever had an ankle sprain?
I have.
Yeah.
Then I have.
You know that there's different grades or different levels, but it's just one of those things that it's just aggravating. And it's like you put pressure on it, and if it's too much, like you really can't do much with it. So yeah, I think it'll be good for him to, well, not good, but he'll need to miss some time, get healthy. Day to day is kind of the prognosis that you want to hear if you're a Nebraska fan. Sometimes with these things you hear 2 to 4 weeks. So I think hearing day to day is probably a positive and trending in the right direction, but he'll miss some time. Yeah,
he's going to miss some time. We'll see where it's at, and then what the future, not the future, but you look ahead at the schedule. When's the right time to return? When do you return too early? Again, we'll talk to Dr. Dane Todd about those ankles, the injuries, how do they recover quickly, the flying, does flying impact this? Because, they're going to be on flights. Also, there's a chance, I'm trying to remember, I haven't heard yet, but if Nebraska even returns home, are they going to stay out there? Because they do play Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday game, early game. Are they returning Sunday and flying back Monday? I would assume that they're staying out in that area as well. So, bigger question now. Frager out. Garcia time.
Yeah.
Where does Garcia, where's Jared at in this mix? Number of minutes. He just played his most minutes this past game since I've heard of like North Dakota State or something. He got into double digits. What's that like? Who else carries more time on the floor? Does Kell increase time? Do we see some Kendall Blue time? Status of Oogie? We don't know.
Yeah.
Because we know that's a really finicky thing too with the back. Nebraska goes out and just does what they're supposed to do. Value the basketball, keep them off the boards, close out on the 3, shoot the ball well. Could be a 20-0 start to your season headed to Ann Arbor.
Yep. And it's not even just where the minutes come from, but also the production. Price has been your guy right now.
22 or more points the last 4 games.
He's blazing. So with Frager out, you're gonna have to carry even an even bigger load. You're gonna have to, and Rink, like you said last game, it wasn't his best game, but he caught a little fire. He
seems like he's pressing just a little.
There were
a
couple shots that he forced, but when he got the open ones, it was like, okay, there's the Rink that we know. I think he's starting to get back into that mode, starting to get back in there. I think Nebraska's going to be okay. They're going to be able to pick their guy up without him on the court. It's just going to have to be, you're going to have to get production from, because Frager's going to, you're used to Frager coming in, giving you that spark, and you're not going to have that. So you're just going to have to carry an even bigger load if you're guys like Sanford or Mast or any of those guys.
It will be fun. It will be fun to watch. Be a little morning tip. Everybody get up out of bed early, get a little morning tip for Nebraska basketball. So good stuff. More to come. We're going to talk more about hoops as we get down the way and what the slate of college basketball looks like this week, because presumably everything as you march forward right now, this could be a potential. Now, don't get too far ahead. Get a win on Saturday. You're talking top 5 matchup. Top 5 matchup. 20-0. We'll look at that. We'll look at where the potential seedings are and all that stuff and resumes right now. So let's take a break. We'll come back. Oh, boy. As we do have hoops, we got football. Marco made us a little sad on Thursday. There's only 3 games left in the football season. When we come back, we're going to talk about the 2 games, conference championship, the right to go to the Super Bowl, and what that bet looks like from you and Elijah. That and a whole lot more when we return. Right, 840. Arlo, stand up guy. Besides being a Raider fan, apparently there's a backstory. Good morning, Shane. Arlo said my next door neighbor growing up was Dale and parents. Oh, Adam, true. So they were drafted by the Raiders. Got it. What's up, Justin? He says 6 layers and the garbage truck windows down. Woo!
Oh boy.
It's one of those mornings you just want to pour coffee on your face. And it still would freeze up probably.
Do you think Frigger, when it comes to Michigan, he's saying, screw this, I'm playing?
Well, this is an interesting thing. Here's the thing. And I want to get the doctor's opinion on it because it's like, I don't like, it could be I know that there's the thought or theory out there with these types of injuries and swelling type stuff. Flying does something. But also, what is it if he doesn't? And again, I don't know the answer, right? If he does, or whatever, if he doesn't travel, how does he get it? And they stay out there.
Yeah.
If again, I'm sitting there looking at this thing going, all right, guys, here's the deal. Ankles, the response, what's the right time to come back? Because once you get started and he's going to be off of it or, and not a game action or practice action for what, a week maybe? You got to ramp back up a little bit. Where is that? Is it Illinois at home? Is it Rutgers on the road? This is valuable time for one. He's got to be healthy for the stretch run. He's a huge cog in that deal. Look ahead. What's the most valuable spot to bring him back? That way we have that for the rest of the season and postseason. Okay. Shane, what's up? Day off at home with his daughter. Look at that. It's all about, you get family time on these days. Hi, Elijah.
Howdy.
No.
Howdy.
Yeah, this is going to be a battle. You guys are going to cut. He's going to cut your mic off when you start talking today.
Did somebody in here make bacon this morning?
You smell it on me?
Yeah,
I did
bit.
make bacon. Yes, I know. That's the one thing my daughter yelled down because she loves bacon. So I'm like, yeah, I got time to make bacon real quick.
Elijah and Justice had a game last night, and Justice had a great call. I'm just going to play this clip real quick.
Play it.
Well,
The streamers won't better hear.
great call from both of you, but
Thank you. I knew what you meant.
Elijah.
this was funny.
Luther the other way quickly with Glines.
Nope, it's not that clip.
Nope.
Well, we're going to have to find it after the break.
You want the highlight sheet?
I have it pulled up.
Okay.
That's a what? Welcome back in the morning. Hooked up again. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Be out and about. Stay warm. Yeah, you stay warm. Don't go out. You don't have to. And if you're at home, like Arlo, and Shane, you're better enjoy some time with your kids. Do that. You know what Arlo and his 5-year-old are doing? Making hot chocolate for the garbage men. What? Yeah.
In the wrong. Like I didn't make garbage.
I don't know. Then Justin's like 6 layers and the garbage truck windows down, baby. That's how you do it. I got to go back a minute. You have an issue with people and hats. I just came across it last night. I was just kind of scrolling because I was cold last night. I was sitting in my chair after practice. And I just saw all this. I mean, you were coming across. It says somebody got up your crawl a little bit with the upside down logo on hats.
Yeah.
And you said you have about 35 hats. I would never buy an upside down logo. It's so dumb.
Listen,
where did that trend start?
I don't know, but to each their own. I'm not dogging anybody that
Sounds like you are.
that wants to.
No, it sounds like that's exactly what you're doing.
If you want to buy an upside down logo, if you want to buy whatever you want on your hat, whatever tickles your fancy. I don't care, but I will never buy.
You just think they'll look dumb.
Yeah.
You'd be like, dumb.
I think it's lazy. I think it's extremely lazy to just take a logo and turn it upside down and say, "Oh, look at that!" Like, come on.
You know what drives me crazy about that kind of stuff? You literally can take the same hat, you flip it upside down with the logo, and it's a new hat.
Yeah.
And people then they flood the market to buy them.
I don't get it.
Got a little choked up thinking about the upside down logo hats. What I'll say is when they first came out, I didn't mind them in moderation. Whenever they're like a unique little thing, they flooded the market.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with it. Is not every logo needs to be an upside down logo hat.
No.
What was the guy at the Masters?
Oh, the guy that peed in the woods?
Yeah.
Same guy.
I actually kind of liked him.
Unfortunately, he peed in Ray's Creek.
Yeah, I thought the whole saga was funny, and that's why.
Not only did he have an upside down
he shows
hat
up in an upside down logo hat and then pees in Ray's Creek.
on the most prestigious golf tournament of the year.
Legend.
Yes.
No,
I'm just going to ruin my career in one day on one bridge.
Hey, man, if I got a chance to take a leak in Ray's Creek,
boy, yeah, I don't know.
That's got to feel great. That's got to be like I like camping, whatnot. I like a good outdoor urination, you know, something about it just feels a little more natural. You know what I'm talking about? Whenever you get the chance to go behind a tree, just, you know, in the wind. Something about that does, like, it's good for the soul.
You feel
like freedom.
You feel pretty manly.
Something about it is just, it's good for the soul. And Ray's Creek has got to be a 10 out of 10. Look, yeah.
No,
going hands free.
Is that where we are?
We'll be taking off the air by Monday.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. Oh boy.
No, but 10 out of 10 feeling, that's got to be a 10 out of 10 spot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's a spot for sure. Boy, speaking of spots, Sunday we got football. Two of the last three games, the right to go to the Super Bowl. It is that time. 2:00. Patriots, Broncos.
Fire me up.
YZ Elijah.
Stidham May.
He's getting a lot of play right now.
Stidham?
Yes.
He's got motion. I've
know,
said it. I'm a proud member of Stiddy City.
He's really not, and this is...
He's a different backup.
I've been one to dog on Bo Nix, but he's not much of a drop-off from Bo Nix.
Wow.
And
you've been reading somebody else's Twitter and Facebook page.
I've heard that take this week. I will say I think the drop off between Nix and Stidham is less so than most starter to back up in the NFL. There's still a pretty good drop off there, in my humble opinion. The playmaking ability that Bo Nix brings, the leadership that he brings, that's what Stidham I don't think has. But if we're just looking pure arm talent point of view, that's where I can agree. Hey, I don't think there's a huge drop-off in arm talent between Bo Nix and Stidham, and you can't say that for most starters and backups in the league. But Bo Nix brings a refuse-to-lose nature. The leadership that instills within the team, I think, is huge. The playmaking ability, the ability to get outside the pocket, make throws on the run. Stidham doesn't have those sorts of things, but he's still got some game to him.
I guess sort of what I meant is, like, not talent-wise, but I think game plan-wise, Sean Payton's going to have no problem putting together a game plan with Stidham to be successful.
This
100%.
is right up, again, I'm not picking a game winner yet. This is right up to Sean Payton mantra, right? Nobody likes him in the NFL, pretty much. You can feel that. Obviously, not in the Coach of the Year. We talked about that yesterday. They're an underdog at home. You got a backup quarterback. They're pretty much writing you off, and Sean Payton's like, hold my beer time. Let me game plan around this. I really think in this, here's the matchup for me. Not matchup. Here's what it's to me, it's the on both defensive sides of the ball.
Absolutely.
This is where it's at. I think this could go one of two ways. And I think it both defensively. If you look up and you see the Patriots up by a score or 10 points, you're going to be like, can this offense come back, right? Same thing on the other side. If you look up and Denver's up 7 to 10 points, you're going to feel real good about both your defenses going, I think we can hold this lead.
7 to 10 is going to feel like 17 to
It
20.
is,
yeah.
Especially with the defenses, the way they play. That's what you're going to feel like in this one. So in that mode, whoever gets off to the best start can get that lead. Your defense is going to be able to like scheme a lot of different things against those type of offenses, because I don't think you have offenses that are going to be able to go back and duck and chuck the ball throughout the game. They both want to physically beat you up on the ground. So for me, it's whoever can get off to that start. And maybe there's a special teams play in this thing too that can get you there.
If this game turns into a drop back and chuck it around type of game, believe it or not, I think the Broncos stand a really good chance. Though, if the Patriots can get their ground game going, it means they're going to be able to get it going through the air as well. What I'm saying, this turns into both teams just throwing it around. I trust the Broncos secondary. I trust the Broncos pass rush against that Patriots offense line. Patriots offense line they're fine as pass rushers in terms of pass blockers, but they're not elite by any means.
No, they've had a good amount of struggles.
Running the ball, they're a great offensive line. So if the Broncos can slow that well down, pass rushers can pin their ears back, secondary can go to work. I foresee some Drake May struggles, especially in his first road game in the playoffs. That's not the recipe for success for the Patriots. Flip it around for the Broncos. Seems like X factor might be J.K. Dobbins coming back. He was activated this week. If I know anything about Sean Payton and J.K. Dobbins and the Broncos, he's going to be a go this weekend. He hasn't been officially activated and brought onto the active roster. I am foreseeing that happening at some point later today. If he's in the fold, huge deal for the Broncos to be able to have him back. He missed, I think it was 8 games this year, and he still ended as the Broncos' leading rusher. He brought a different nature to that running back tandem in the backfield that the Broncos have sorely missed. If he's back and the Broncos get the run game going, they can slow down the Patriots' rushing attack. I love the Broncos' chances to win. That being said, stopping the Patriots' rushing attack, easier said than done. I think they have the best running back duo in the league.
Are we getting any good weather in Denver? We checked the weather.
I think we're looking.
It's going to be cold. It feels like it's a cold one.
We're looking in the 20s, I believe.
Woo! By the way, it doesn't affect either one of those teams. They both play in that type of a market and environment.
Yeah.
Anything better than the weather they got last week in Foxborough.
Caleb, I got to ask you, how do you feel about Drake May stepping into a hostile road environment in the playoffs for the first time?
Ooh, I mean, I love Drake May. Obviously, he is in the running for the MVP. I got to be 100% honest. Playing against the Chargers and the Texans, it hasn't been the same Drake May I have seen all season. I think the whole playoff atmosphere thing has, I don't know if it's gotten to him or gotten to his head a little bit, but he's missed some throws. He's been off a little bit. And now you're facing, you just face the Texans defense, who I think is the best defense in the league. Then you face Denver, who's probably a top 3 defense in the league. So, listen, as soon as Bo Nix got ruled out of this game, right after the Bills game, I was like, oh yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. And I started thinking about it a little more and just how the Patriots have been playing, the makeup of Denver. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little nervous. I'm not too happy about it that we have to go on the road to Denver to play that defense with how Drake May has looked the past 2 weeks.
That's gonna be fun. It's
gonna be fun.
I about agree with the line though. I would have the Patriots as 3-point favorites going into this one, but no matter who wins this game, I won't be surprised.
I'm looking at 4.5.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit high, and I kind of agree with Marco in that number is a bit high, but I think the Patriots are rightfully favored.
I think it's high. As a Patriots fan, I think it's a little. I think it'll come down to the final possession.
I wouldn't be surprised if this line gets bought back down to 3.5. We'll see how the public feels come Saturday afternoon and Sunday.
We'll get back to you guys here in a minute. The evening game, let's call it Rams Seahawks, a rubber match between those two. On the offensive side, you got a Stafford, 38-year-old Stafford, could be the MVP, maybe the front runner right now with that dynamic offense with Adams and their running game and Williams, and you got Puka out there against the Seahawks. Maybe the biggest game they've had there in a long time in Seattle. Sam Darnold, we talked a bit about it yesterday. Does he see ghost? Is he prepared for the moment now? Can he overcome that? Again, another group in Seattle that likes to run the football. They've been running the football super effective as of late with their guys. Defensively, what's it look like on both sides? Going to be a pretty amazing matchup as well. And that one right now is 2.5 on the Seahawks side.
2 live dogs. It's as simple as that.
Oh,
the Rams have enough offensive firepower to keep up with the Seahawks, and you couldn't say the same for the 49ers last week. I didn't think it was going to be as ugly as it was. But the 49ers with their injuries, they just weren't going to be able to keep up with the Seahawks, and that showed in the final score. The Rams absolutely have the firepower to keep up. I have some doubts with the Rams' ability to go out and get a stop whenever they need to, but they impressed me against Chicago, actually. I wasn't expecting their defense to perform as well.
Stood up.
Weather was a factor. My big question mark, and maybe the X factor in this game, is we have seen Sam Darnold have his struggles in big-time moments and in the playoffs, especially last year. He was horrible. He's looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great performance last week. when the lights are bright, when the pressure is on, how does he go out and perform this week? That's my big question mark. I would not be surprised to see a Sam Darnold stinker. And if that happens, congrats, Rams have punched their ticket to the Super Bowl. But if that Seahawks offense is firing on all cylinders, the Seahawks will be your representative out of the NFC.
And what's the health? The health of Darnold as well. As we all know, last week he did not come out for his typical pregame. Probably the same this week. What kind of medication are they using for that oblique? Would be a big one.
Mm-hmm.
But that crowd, the other X factor, that crowd's gonna be fired up out in Seattle. It's a tough place to
12th
play.
man.
Oh, it's two of the toughest home field advantages to go into in all of football this weekend. Denver, the combination of that fan base with the altitude, good luck. And then Seattle, the 12th man is so real. They have built that stadium to make it as loud as possible, and that place is always rocking.
Always.
I believe still the only stadium in NFL history to generate seismic readings on the Beastquake run.
That's crazy.
That's still ridiculous. It shook the ground. It got so loud there. Good luck to both the road teams here. But as I said, Denver, because of that fan base, they're a live dog. But the Rams, because of Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and Matthew Stafford, very much a live dog. They can go put up points on feels like any defense in the league.
You know, looking ahead at these games, again, there'll be 2 o'clock, 5:30. It'll be a lot of fun matchups in this one. Looking ahead for a potential Super Bowl matchup, is the feeling for you guys, maybe like me, I feel like the winner of the Seahawks and Rams might be the Super Bowl champion. Am I wrong?
I feel
you have that feeling?
Yeah, it does feel that way.
Not that you can't look there, but it just feels like that is there. Also, X factor in all of these games. We talked a little bit about the show I brought up with Marco, asked him the question as well. The X factor of the head coaches. Of all those teams, who's in the pole position to play better chess than most of those guys?
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 of them that have been there, done that kind of deal. Have been in that situation. One has not. Well, maybe as a coordinator, but at the head. Sean McVay, we know. Mike Vrabel, we know. Sean Payton, 100% we know. Mike McDonald, probably ranked 4th in that mix?
Yeah.
Which one of those guys has the biggest impact in these games? That'll be a big question.
When it comes to like going forward on 4th and punting it, and all those decisions are way bigger than what they seem at the time.
It's really hard, I believe. Things you've been doing. I think coaches get in trouble when they've been doing something the same way all year long, and they try to become someone they're not in certain situations. It is real hard to effectively make the right call in those stress situations.
Yeah.
McVay even told you last week that he screwed him in one play call. That was my fault. My bad. I told him I'm sorry. Right? How does that look when it really gets down to it? Which one of those coaches is going to make the right call at the right moment? To me, it's a lot like, you ever watch the college basketball teams that all they do is run. And all of a sudden they like slow it down and a million mistakes are made. Playing not to lose versus playing to win.
That's it right there.
There'll be huge moments in both of these games with those coming up.
Caleb, we got to ask before we get out of here this segment. Yep. What are your plans for the game? How are you going to be watching this one?
Unfortunately, I have to work.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Pour yourself a couple margaritas behind the bar.
Yeah.
Kick your feet up.
Maybe I can see if somebody wants to take my shift. But
yeah. What I'm even doing. What am I doing? Oh, Sunday. It's Sunday.
Well, I don't have to be in till 3, so I'll be able to watch the first half just, however I want to. But then the second half I'll be up at the restaurant watching from the bar.
Put yourself a nice stool back there.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm Michigan. I don't know.
Oh, that's right.
I got to find a place to go. But
are you how'd your travels up there? That's where you're driving.
Road trip, 10.5 hours.
I've done that. I have made that travel trip in car. My drives back were miserable just because we lost both times I went up there.
Is that a podcast or playlist kind of trip?
Probably a little bit of both. Husker basketball going to be on the radio to start, so that'll take care of a couple of hours. Maybe Dan Carlin, a little hardcore history, finish it out. I feel like you need the tunes at the end to kind of power you through.
Yeah,
that's kind of like it's nice to have probably 2 hours taken care of by Husker basketball early in the trip. And then middle of that trip, maybe from middle of Iowa to past Chicago, you're looking at the podcast just to pass some time. And then once you get past Gary, Indiana, and you're like, oh, I just want to be there now, and we still have 2 hours left. I think that's whenever you tune into like the upbeat music, kind of give you that power through to the end.
Yes.
No, but for my previous trip out there to East Lansing, which is similar time-wise, different location, but I thought the trip out there was easy. I thought the trip back sucked. It should also be noted I blew a fat tire east of Omaha, about an hour east of Omaha on the way back.
Like you can see the Capitol, you're like, son of a.
It was a Sunday evening, and it was just after the time change too. So of course the sun goes down, and 20 minutes later I popped a flat tire, and we had to limp it home on the spare on the back highways going 45. That was brutal. So I was supposed to be back into Lincoln at 7, and instead I made it back in Lincoln like 9:30.
Well, quickly for your addicts, and then you got some other stuff to go do. Thoughts on Nebraska, Minnesota at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Obviously, there's the note. We're going to ask the doctor a lot about ankles and stuff. Obviously, with Frager's ankle day to day, presumably not playing, for sure not playing Minnesota. Okay, let's just say what it is. Question would be is whatever, how the progress makes it. When's the right time for Frager to come back into the lineup? But Nebraska heading up there, Minnesota. Every statistical line Nebraska is better at when you look at just on paper. Question marks. It's at the barn. They're 9-2 there. Their January have been all close games, home and away.
Yeah.
When you look at that team, Nebraska's got to find some minutes. Jared Garcia, it's your time. Maybe Oogie wakes up Saturday morning, is feeling great. We don't know.
Whenever Minnesota is playing their brand of basketball and playing at their best, they are a slower paced offensive team.
They average about, what do we say, 72 or 73 a game?
Slightly slower pace, but they have good efficiency. I think Nebraska, if Nebraska is playing at their level, should be able to speed up Minnesota a little bit, get them a little bit out of their game. It's a matchup that does, I think, stress Nebraska a little bit more than your Northwesterns and Washingtons of the world. But I still think Nebraska has the matchup advantage here. I don't think Minnesota is I don't think Minnesota is as equipped as they'd like to be to go beat this Nebraska team with the way they play their offense. But they're dangerous, especially at home, not overlooking anything. But I think Nebraska should be favored in this basketball game. Yeah. And I think Nebraska should be 20-0 whenever they head to Ann Arbor if they can go and just play at their level. Because, again, that slower pace Minnesota offense, I don't think is the type of offense that truly stresses this Husker defense.
Yeah, to me also, just thinking a little bit about it, it's one of those things like I just talked about with the Patriots-Broncos game. It feels like if you can get out to a double-digit lead early, this isn't a Minnesota team that's built to come back.
If they have to play catch-up, yeah, Nebraska.
It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night.
That's where they get sped up, and I don't think things go well.
I also feel like this is a game, again, we know how Sanford's been as of late, 22 or more points in 4 straight. They're playing great defense. To me, Rank getting back to being Rank in this. I mentioned earlier, I think he's stressing a little bit. He's pressing a little bit. You saw some of the shot selection last week. There's a little bit of pressure there for him to perform getting back. But I agree with you. I think it's a 20-0 Nebraska team when you wake up on Sunday morning. And Monday, you're probably going, all right, Tuesday, Elijah will be watching a top 5 matchup in Ann Arbor.
Can't wait.
You've never been to a top 5 matchup, have you?
Never in my life.
That place is going to...
They hit different.
Nebraska has never played a top 5 matchup.
No, no. They'll increase that ranking coming up also.
If they get it done tomorrow.
Real quick, do you guys have a bet yet? But this kind of went around the old text message yesterday. Do we got something on the board?
We don't. I don't know what we're going to do.
I feel like it has something to do with food. Cooking a meal for each. I don't know. Trying to figure this out.
Loser has to shave their head. No, we're not going to pull a Willie J on that one.
Lord. You called him Willie J too.
Yeah.
That's when he was Willie J.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe that somebody's got to make some food coming in and you have to like serve it on the air. Like place setting and everything.
Wow.
You keep it simple. Loser has to wear the hat of the other team at some point next week. I know you probably have some Patriots hats in your closet. I got some Broncos hats in the closet.
I don't own any Patriots.
Whoa, fake fan.
Like a shirt?
Fake fan.
I can get a Patriots hat. That's no problem. I don't know. We're talking about hats earlier. The NFL logos, I'm not too big of a fan of those. I have some, but yeah. NFL hats are kind of
well, when the Broncos win, I'll have a Broncos hat for you next week.
Wow. Alrighty.
We got to get this figured out.
My mom,
got to be a little skin in the game.
My mom, who is a Broncos fan, she asked if I wanted to place a bet, and she said loser has to detail the other person's car.
Ooh.
I keep my car pretty clean.
I don't.
I don't.
Just gonna be honest with you.
There's got to be something we can do. I just feel like that, or it should be on the air. Something on the air.
Loser shaves the stashes. Nope. Untouchable. Untouchable. I've shaved it before. I don't want to go back.
I've shaved my head before. I don't want to go back to that.
That would be
baseball.
that would be an absolute no on this. I think this thing has been around since like the early 2000s for
Yep.
sure.
After
I graduated college.
We're not touching the hair in any place of the body.
No, I would never do that. If losers shave those, that's great. We'll think of something. You guys got to before we leave.
I like the hat idea, but we'll figure
The
something.
hat
out.
idea. I like the food thing, man. You got to bring a dish in and like have a placemat set up, and then say, "Congratulations, you're a winner."
Five-star service. On the air.
Yeah, 5-star service on the air, and I'm a loser. Comment.
I'm not a loser.
I'm just saying, one of you guys, somebody's got to be a loser Sunday morning when you wake up.
All right, well, good place to take a break.
It is. We're going to take another break.
And we got to hear this justice call during the commercial.
We're going to take this justice thing, and when we come back, we'll talk a little more Huskers and a whole lot more.
Are you talking the someone call the cops one?
Yeah.
I think that's cut 6.
Has someone call the cops comment?
I think it's 8. Let me.
That's fantastic. What my text messages are just like going off.
You got it?
Yeah, listen to this, Hooks.
Fiddler fires up a 3 and Cruz. Fiddler knocks one down and he holds up 3 fingers to the sky.
I mean, that's a 29-footer right there. That's a bomb from Cruz Fiddler. Somebody better make sure that we get the cops on this scene. This guy's starting to heat up.
What? Somebody get the cops on the scene. This guy's heating up. Fantastic.
I love justice. It ended up being a good game last night. So,
who was it again? I forgot.
It was Lincoln Lutheran against Fremont Bergen Catholic.
Oh, yeah.
After the first quarter, I was like, "Uh-oh."
It was 19-5 after 1.
No games tonight, right?
No, we have Lincoln High and
they are
Northeast.
still playing?
They're still playing.
They're still playing. Okay. I didn't know how it all went down.
Ooh, that should be a good game.
The oldest city rivalry.
I didn't know how all
I got to pull my customary Jeff Moats impression. Oldest city rivalry in Lincoln. Lincoln High against Lincoln Northeast. Lincoln Northeast inducting a new Athletic Hall of Fame class this weekend. So they'll be honored tonight at halftime. And we're looking forward to that matchup.
Stalemate in college football. Yes.
Well, on that note, gentlemen, enjoy your sports weekend.
You
all right?
I'm back. I have to go and do some.
All right,
news.
baby Moats. Baby Moats. Oh man, a little back thing. Let's look. Oops. Ding, 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 ding.
We're not back yet.
Not yet. Soon. What do we have for her? Let's go. Nope. Look at this slate of college. The top 25 hoops are good this weekend, too. I have 6. Oh, my gosh. I'll keep those tagged. Welcome back in the morning hookup. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy Husker Home Friday. Staying warm out there if you're out and about. If not, if you're in the office, you got your space heater on. Or if you're at home, enjoy the time with your kids. I know they're off. They're probably like super energetic. Enjoy the time with them. Well, I made fun of it earlier, but enjoy the time with them. It's hard in these days because the kids are so into they're happy, they're off. They've now officially entered into a 3-day weekend. You can't really go do anything. What do you do? Go to the movies? I don't know. Take them to lunch. It's tough.
I'd have a movie marathon.
Yeah, let's get a trilogy of some sort.
Yeah.
Swap. Or you know what? Watch
That's how you get them to just not be so energetic. Hey, sit down and watch a movie. Or
how about you leave me alone?
Here's your iPad.
How about you leave me alone? Looking ahead, boy, Huskers, 11 o'clock tomorrow from the Barn Williams Arena. They'll have that going on at 11 o'clock. There's some really good matchups in college basketball. It's really fun to watch these matchups now because you are in the top 25. It legit has bearings. One, for me, I always pace and watch the teams that we've played to improve our standing from the quad 2, quad 1. Where do you fall at in those matchups? What does it look like in the scope of the Big Ten? Because the Big Ten is piled up right now. Wisconsin, big win last night. Not big, but keep the pace. They're 6-2. There's a lot of 7-1s, and there's us. It's in the top. Maryland at Michigan State this week. That'll be a fun matchup to watch. Another one, Big Ten-wise, 2 o'clock tomorrow. If you got the Huskers are coming off a win, you want to watch a really good Big Ten win on Fox. How about Illinois at Purdue?
Ooh. Illinois missing Boswell.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's a great matchup.
Purdue currently a 2.5-point favorite in that one at home. It'll be a lot of fun to watch that from the Big Ten perspective. If you want to watch some other good basketball, maybe the second best conference. I'm going to call them the second best conference in all of basketball. It's the SEC. Vandy trying to get back on track. They've lost a few. They've fallen to number 15 in the country. They got one coming up. Georgia, Texas. Texas is a team that's kind of trending on the bubble right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good one to watch as Georgia has entered into the fray at number 21. Another, Big 12 matchup. You want some fun basketball. How about Houston? They got to head to Texas Tech, number 6 versus 12. Really good, tough matchup. They've already played once before. I believe Houston got them at Houston. So the rematch of that will happen this weekend. If you're up late, just from a fun Big 10 perspective, Big 12 perspective, always fun. This matchup, the Kansas K-State matchup. Does Bill Self return? Don't know. They just were out in Colorado without him, dealing with some more help stuff. Hopefully he's able to go and get better. Number 19 Kansas will be in Manhattan at Bramlage for that one. How about a fun little nightcap if you're up in about 7:30? How about Tennessee at Bama? Tennessee playing some pretty good basketball as of late.
And Bama's not. They're reeling a little bit.
They are reeling a little bit at number 17 in the country right now. A big ACC matchup. And again, it's my Tar Heels. Can they get off that and stay off that bubble? Because they're trending towards the bubble more than anything right now. They head to Charlottesville against number 14, Virginia.
Going back just a second here to Alabama.
Yep.
They got to bring in Charles Bediako to play this Saturday. Interesting topic here.
It's very interesting. I don't even know where to go with it, what it means. To me, overall, they've just lost control.
There's a lot of opinions you can have about this, whether you think it's right or wrong. The one thing that I say is wrong is I think the way that Alabama went about it is kind of, just because there's a loophole doesn't mean you have to take advantage of it. And Todd Golden is the head coach for Florida. And he kind of put it in a way that I think sums it up pretty good. He said they were able to finagle it where they got a judge that's actually an Alabama donor to write a temporary restraining order. That's where it's kind of messed up to me. If there were sanctions put in place and if there were rules where they were following it, and it's like, okay, this is legal, you can do it, that's fine. But to do it like that, it's kind
shady.
It's shady, it's fishy.
Did he follow that up with "we'll beat him anyway"?
He had a comment. Yeah, well, we're gonna beat him anyways. If he plays, we'll beat him anyways. Wow.
So that'll be something to watch. He's gonna play this weekend. Also, a really good article if you guys want to scan throughout and look at where now we're starting to talk about locks, resumes, things like that. CBS Sports just put out an article to start looking at certain resumes. It's about 5 minutes ago. Oh, sorry. Yesterday. Really good. Maybe we'll come back and talk about that because right now, the locks in the Big Ten, they're rating the lock, not rating them, telling you Michigan, Purdue, Illinois, Michigan, Nebraska, lock. We'll come back and talk about those as well. Interesting. Boy, that was fast. It stayed warm in here today, too. All right. Coming up, we have the doctor, Dr. Dane Todd. A whole lot more. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
And laminate flooring. You buy today and we'll install it right away. While other stores don't deliver that kind of service, we do. In fact, if you'd have purchased your flooring last week at O Street, you'd be enjoying it today. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street and ostreetcarpet.com.
Colder weather means spending more time inside your home. And as your local Carrier experts, Wellman Heating and Air Conditioning is here to help you improve your indoor comfort. From optimizing the performance of your heating and cooling system to ensuring your indoor air is cleaner and healthier, Wellman is committed to delivering premium comfort and helping you breathe a little easier. For repairs or replacement, see what's possible at wellmanheating.com. Wellman Heating and Air Conditioning and Carrier, for the world we share.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Trust and Will. My dad and I were always close, but some things we just didn't talk about, like his will. After he was gone, we found out he didn't have one, and it created a lot of stress during a time of grief.
Creating a will can be hard to think about, but avoiding it can lead to greater difficulty for the people you love. That's why Trust and Will makes estate planning simple. Create a will online in as little as 30 minutes.
Now, I have a will in place to make sure my loved ones are protected. With Trust and Will, it was easy and affordable. And I got peace of mind knowing my wishes are clear.
Trust and Will. Get 20% off when you visit trustandwill.com/news. That's trustandwill.com/news to get 20% off. trustandwill.com/NEWS.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Bryant, whatever it takes.
I'm Saniqua Martin Green, and when my mother was diagnosed with cancer, our world changed forever. This experience made me so passionate about spreading awareness of treatment options, including clinical trials. I'm joining Stand Up to Cancer to get information to those who have been diagnosed with cancer and their loved ones. Clinical trials introduce new hope for patients, providing access to cutting-edge new treatments. Talk to your doctor to see if a clinical trial may be the best choice for you or a loved one. To learn more, visit standuptocancer.org/clinical trials.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Ladies and gentlemen, start your snowplows. The huge winter storm that has been dominating weather forecasts for days has begun. Bitter cold creeping its way across the country. In Chicago, the feels-like temperature was 31 below this morning. ABC's Alex Perez is there.
This is the kind of cold that can very quickly become very, very dangerous. You can almost instantly feel the impact on exposed skin, and frostbite could begin to set in less than 10 minutes. This kind of brutal cold can even make breathing difficult for some people.
Of course, ice and snow expected for millions as well. That's what's got a lot of people worried. Philip Jones is Deputy Director of the Nashville Department of Transportation and says his crews would rather deal with snow than ice any day.
The ice is a lot more treacherous. It does a lot more damage to our trees, and we'll have different emergencies to deal with other than just the ice or snow on the roads, because we'll have a lot of downed trees and power lines and things of that nature. So hopefully we can keep the temperatures up enough that we can stay in the snow category.
More than 1,500 flights have already been canceled for tomorrow. Olympic snowboarder turned alleged multinational drug trafficking kingpin Ryan Wedding is now in custody. He was on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. There was a $15 million reward out for him. He was apprehended in Mexico. The TikTok deal is now complete. The social media company changing hands to new U.S. buyers.
It will now be owned by a group of investors, mostly based outside of China, including an investment firm from the UAE, American billionaire Michael Dell's office, and tech giant Oracle, which will be responsible for storing the app's data and protecting that coveted algorithm.
ABC Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce. In Minneapolis today, a coalition of labor unions, clergy, and progressive groups are calling for people to stay at home in protest over ICE activities in the city. This is ABC News.
Let's go! You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Frigid temperatures in the capital city. Good morning. It's 10:03 here in the newsroom of KFOR. I'm Elijah Herbal. A brush of snow, maybe as much as 2 inches, and cold temperatures could impact the Lincoln area Friday and Saturday. Laurel McCoy is a meteorologist at the National Weather Service office in Valley.
With that snow chance Friday night into Saturday, we see temperatures try and rebound just a little bit because the cloud cover trying to hold a little bit more heat in, but still going to be very cold. Lows Saturday morning, we're going to see those wind chills drop down to around negative 15.
McCoy tells KFOR News wind chill values will likely remain below 0 degrees until Sunday. Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department Director Carrie Kernan has some helpful reminders to protect yourself from the dangerously cold weather.
We encourage individuals to dress properly if they need to go outside, shovel safely with taking frequent rest breaks, move carefully on the ice and snow to reduce the risk of falling. Check on relatives, neighbors, and friends, and remember to check on pets too and bring them inside if possible.
The new winter weather resources are part of the Health Department's cold weather planning. You can read more at KFORnow.com. Lincoln Fire and Rescue crews responded to a 2-alarm apartment fire early Friday morning. The fire was reported near 13th and Washington Streets just before 2 a.m. Residents were evacuated from the building into the dangerously cold weather. Further details, including relocation efforts, a cause of the fire, and damage estimates remain unknown at this time. Keep it tuned to KFOR for the latest on this developing story. High school boys basketball tonight on KFOR features the oldest city rivalry in Lincoln as Lincoln High heads north to square off with Lincoln Northeast. You can hear Chris Schmidt on the call with coverage beginning at 7:05, brought to you by the KFOR Sportscasters Club. Still evaluating that chance for snow tonight, up to 2 inches of accumulation possible. Currently, it's negative 2 degrees here in Lincoln. For KFOR News, this is Elijah Herbal.
From Chromebooks to whiteboards, today's classrooms are blending tradition with technology. Hi, I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Learning is evolving, and public schools are helping students succeed in a digital world. Stay engaged, stay curious, and support your child's learning both online and off. Nebraska State Education, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Let's go! You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Happy Customer Friday. You want to go grab Dane real quick? He just got here. Wonder how he's dressed. I wonder how fullbacks dress on days like this, or former fullback. Is it no sleeves? Is there a hat? Absolutely no sleeves. Or is he growing into the old man? You got to bundle up because his skin's thin. He's probably calling out. He's cold. No, he ain't. He's a former fullback. So hour number 2, Dr. Dane Todd is with us. Good morning, Greg. Boy, I know you're happy your retirement not doing what you used to do in this weather. What's up, Coach Pete? We're going to ask that question. We're going to get to him. I talked to Dane about it. It'd be interesting to take. I think that's a very interesting spot right now in the high school world for sure. We'll talk about ankles with Dr. Dane Todd. A whole lot more. A lot of Husker talk. A lot of NFL still to come up. There he is. The doc. Oh, yeah, he's in full gear. He's got a hat. He's got sleeves. We're trying to figure out what former fullbacks wear. Oh, my gosh. We got what former fullbacks wear. Didn't know if the former fullback would be in no sleeves or you being a man in your 40s now if the skin got thin. I know where I'm at.
Dude, it's gotten soft, man. It's cold out there.
Yeah, you can't see it right now, but again, not yet. But he does have a stocking cap on. He's got his Lincoln Junior Stars sweatshirt on, but he go all the way down, and he's got like shower shoes. Shower shoes.
I may have made it out the house on accident today with my sandals on, and I got halfway to work and realized it, and so I'll be making a run home before clinic.
You took Casual Fridays to the new level as the boss man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's good stuff. The Dr. Dane Todd in the house on a Husker Homework Friday. Again, a lot of questions for the doctor. We're gonna come at it today because I know there's some opinions. One, we're gonna talk about ankles because there's a big ankle injury right now. Not to get into details because we can't HIPAA. We'll talk about that. I have a few questions about it. Not about, the ankle, the severity of sprains.
Sure.
But other questions about it.
Before you keep going, can you let Dane know that I sent him the wrong link?
You got the wrong link.
Oh, yeah, I did. I went to a YouTube video there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Classic. That'll send you to the music video of I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. That is not the right link. It should be the right one now.
That is not the right link. Greg said you were so right. Greg is retired now. And he said, I'm even got lucky enough to have my doctor office call me this week to reschedule my appointment. Stay inside.
Yeah, it's brutal out there. I was actually genuinely concerned you guys were going to leave me standing out there at the door for a little
we already
while.
knew. You texted and we came back on like, hey, you better go get him.
Yeah, I texted early. Actually,
Usually,
I was still
you're
driving
in the
down
car.
Cornhusker.
But usually you stay in the car to
Yeah.
see the door open.
But I knew we're pushed for time.
Yeah,
there, so
God, you want to
had get
maximize
there.
the time. Dr. Dane Todd. Well, let's talk about it. Ankle injuries. Talk through through the severity, the levels, but I have other questions if they're really true or not. We always play Mythbusters with the doctor occasionally on the show because obviously we know there's a finicky ankle right now, heard around the entire state of Nebraska. Brandon Frager, blah, 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 blah. You saw it. And as As fans, we like to slow-mo it down and go, oh, that's so bad, right? Because then he comes out in a boot. But I think boots now are common to stabilize the ankle, so don't get too crazy there. But as fans, we like draw conclusions because then you saw Connor Season hanging out with his buddy, offering some kind words together. Give us that lay of the land because there's high ankle, there's low ankle, there's all the ankle stuff you want to talk about.
Yeah, you could talk about ankles for days. So with ankle sprains, like most kind of sprain and ligament things in orthopedics, we grade them on a scale of 1, 2, 3. Grade 1's where it's mild, but all the fibers are intact. Where there's an injury. Grade 2, you've got partial tearing of the ligament fibers. Grade 3, you have complete tearing of the ligaments. Then in ankles, you divide them up into low ankle sprains and high ankle sprains. And really, high ankle sprains just means an injury to the syndesmosis, which is a big, long ligament that connects the tibia and the fibula, and it runs kind of all the way up the leg. And low ankle sprains are any of the other ligaments around the ankle that are connecting the tibia and fibula down to the talus and calcaneus and just kind of providing the lower stability. People grade them based on MRI imaging, but in reality, what matters is one, how well people tolerate things. 2, how much instability is there actually, right? Some people are, just inherently more stable than others, just between their bony alignment and anatomy. And so they may have, grade 3 ankles that really aren't that bad for them. Right. And then you're looking at and the other thing people try to do is determine a length of time for recovery. Yeah. With more damage to things, you're going to have longer recovery. But one interesting thing that happens for folks is, and in basketball players, you'll see this, it turns out they get a lot of ankle sprains, right? In basketball. Common. And so it's people who have had a bunch of ankle sprains over time, oftentimes their body's adapted to that. And so it doesn't actually take them as long to recover from. I still remember being in high school with a kid who just had chronic ankle sprains all the time, and he'd sprain his ankle. It would blow up for a day. It would be gone the next day, and he'd be back to doing stuff, and he felt fine. Right now, at a certain point with instability there, you start wearing on cartilage and causing other problems. And then you start talking about fixing things like that to recreate that stability. But yeah, it's one of those deals where it's kind of like, who knows, right? It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a season. Like, you just don't really know to begin with until you kind of have more info on it.
Now, true or not, because we hear a lot of this, because there's treatments. They'll go through daily, weekly, whatever treatment's going on. Age a factor? Because you hear that, he's 19 years old. He'll respond so much better than a 48-year-old man that does the radio.
Yeah, exactly right. Though age counts for a lot of things. Turns out when we're like 6 years old, we can recover from anything in about an hour, right? Turns out when we're 60 years old, things get a lot tougher. Yeah. Right? When you're 20 years old, I don't know, you're kind of in a sweet spot where things take about the length of time they should take, and he'll have tons of obviously there's resources galore down there between the trainers and physical therapists and all the adjuncts they can possibly throw at it. So but again, like, the thing with them is they're just finicky and they can take a long time.
Also along those lines, because obviously, again, D1 athlete and a 19-0 team is going to be taken care of way different than us. Also, this question, because obviously, again, you talk about length of time. There's talks he might not play. Don't know. Would any effect of flying from a swelling perspective mess with that ankle? Because, again, this is one of those things that if you look at timing, and I don't know, this is crystal ball stuff, that these team flies. They're going to fly to Minnesota. Most likely, I don't think they're coming back home because they play up in Ann Arbor on Tuesday.
Right.
Does flying affect, because they talked about yesterday, I heard no MRI quite yet because of swelling. Obviously, you want to see the images clear. Flying have any effect on the swelling of legs, ankles?
Yeah, it does. And some of it's due to the pressure changes, right? But a big part of it is just due to the immobility and then having your foot down below your heart, right?
Mhm.
So whenever things are swollen or we're trying to elevate and getting swelling out of things, we always talk about elevation, but you want to keep whatever part of your body it is that you're trying to keep from swelling or to decrease the swelling in at or just slightly above the level of your heart. And it turns out that's pretty hard to do in an airplane seat with an ankle, right? And so those kinds of things matter. The other thing that makes a difference with travel, especially in an early thing like this, is you don't have all the same resources there with you. You don't have the same kind of recovery and rehab resources there.
And I'm sure Minnesota and Michigan are not offering up the best resources for one of your players.
Right, exactly. You're pretty limited on those road trips, and so sometimes it's better to just leave somebody home with one of the assistant trainers and the physical therapist and that kind of stuff to actually just do treatment rather than take them with you on a trip. So
it's interesting stuff.
What does the boot do, and when did that start to become sort of a thing with ankles and like?
Oh, boots have been around forever. That's like the go-to for foot and ankle problems. I mean, pretty much anybody who rolls into an ER, an urgent care, or office with foot or ankle pain, like treatment number one is, well, put a boot on it, right? And what it really does is it just stabilizes everything. When you get a sprain, yes, we want to work on motion and movement. You want to do it in a controlled fashion where it's not completely or loaded quite as hard, so that you can get it to heal / scar into a more stable place, right? And the boot can help with that. The other thing is it's a comfort thing, right? If every time you move your ankle it hurts, well, if you throw it in something that's removable that you can still shower, without getting the old stinky foot, right? Like, it makes it easier. So they really, anytime there's an injury there, the first move is you throw them in a boot and then get x-rays to make sure nothing's broken and move on from there.
Not everybody likes boots. I go back. Excuse me. I go back to bad dad bag joke time, and I can say this because I was there. It's not a HIPAA violation. Ty had to go in and see the doc at one point, and we set it up that no matter what has happened, what is wrong with him, you bring a boot in.
Oh yeah,
we brought a boot in, instant tears.
Instant. Yeah. We felt pretty bad about it, actually. Yeah, but it worked out for the best.
It worked out for the best. So.
Yeah, no, they're uncomfortable though. They tend to be taller than a normal shoe, so you walk funny. So it's kind of like, I don't love
it. Yeah. Justin says, "I bet you were." He thought you had tearaways on.
Yeah,
what's
no,
up, DDT?
No, that's not my style. No, I don't even own tearaway. I don't think I have ever owned a pair of tearaways.
I don't know if I think I might own one back home.
Yeah,
might have been. He also said he needs the equivalent of a boot for his shoulder. He needs a shoulder boot.
HIPAA violations.
All right, let's take our first break. We come back. I want to explore some high school football stuff.
All right.
What's happening,
I can't wait.
With what's happening in the landscape, because I am opinion-wise, I'm torn.
Yeah.
Because I think there's it's a weird spot. And it's talking about Millard South. We have quarterback and receiver coming. Let's talk about that in college basketball and college football and a whole lot more with the doctor when we return. Yeah, Kobe said that's his angles. He's rolled them so many times it doesn't even matter if he does anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and some people get that way, but eventually they can start hurting, and then you got to do something about them.
How fun is it that we're at the point like we're really worried about an ankle because we're 19-0? It's just fun, and they're drowning out all the football news. if there is any.
Yeah. Well, the football news is the high school.
A lot of opinions, and I'll bring up a couple. It's a weird deal.
Yeah, it's a really weird deal. I've been following that a little bit.
And Elijah yesterday, he had looked in and found the rule, and I forgot what it was. There is an applicable rule that works for this situation.
Yep.
I think I know.
It's not even a loophole; it's a rule.
Like an NCAA rule?
No, like a NSA high school rule in there.
Yeah,
and
I
forget
saw
what it was.
that rule.
If he was, I'd have to have him bust back over.
Are you talking about the exempt?
No, it's different than that. Let me text him and see if he has.
They can freely opt into any school they want to, as long as it's outside of their district and that school has open space.
There you go.
And so that's why
he can live in Lincoln.
He can live in Lincoln and then go to Omaha, because it will be outside of his district. It's the same reason. Like, there was a kid who went from, I believe, Norris. Maybe it was Norris. I don't know. There was a school here in Lincoln, and then he transferred to Millard South, and then transferred back to his original school, like all within the span of a year and a half.
It's crazy.
So it's happening.
And I'm not dogging the kid, by the way, so don't take it when we talk about this.
Yeah.
Not going to get on the kid. I think there's just stuff. And I think there's optically, it's a slippery slope, as I'll read you some of this, as I'll read some of this stuff. And then just from the high school coaching perspective, that's where I want to go. How you're feeling. It's going to be cold like this for like 3 days.
Yeah, it's going to be miserable.
How much fun was your night last night with your kids anticipating? I had that conversation. Oh, my gosh.
Ours didn't know about it until it was like right at bedtime. So we were good.
I was having these arguments with my kids because whatever. They're like, well, Dad, we're not going to have school. This is like at 3:30, 4 o'clock. I don't think we're out of school. I'm not going to do my homework. Yes, you are. You're going to do your homework. Welcome back in the morning. Hookup. Good song. I just asked the doctor during the break. It's a similar situation with kids. In highly anticipated no school cold day. That wasn't around.
No, that didn't exist. We just went to school. Although, as I was standing out there for 20 seconds waiting for that door, I was actively, you probably saw me reaching for the doorbell. I was about to start hitting the doorbell. I was going nuts.
As soon as I opened the door, you can't leave me out there, man.
Yeah, I can't leave you out there. It was bad. Jumped in the car this morning, and of course the low tire pressure lights on until I started.
Yeah,
driving,
they all
right?
are.
Yeah,
right?
It's like all the things. Got the Mighty Van fixed yesterday, though.
What'd you add to it?
It had a little. It was making this rattly sound for the better part of 6 months. I thought I could just ignore it until it went away.
You finally got on the schedule.
That's one of those where you just turn up the
Radio.
dial on the radio.
Yeah.
If you can't hear it, it's not there.
Turns out it was like a
real
2-hour fix, right?
Yeah.
That I've just been dealing with for 6 months. Took it in 2 hours later, had it back, clean as a dream.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thought you might have added some hydros to it or
Cost
something.
darn near nothing. It was awesome. So I should have.
Did you stay around and drink their coffee while you were there too?
No, because I didn't know how long it would take. So.
Some of these places now, I know one few of the places, like one of my wife gets her oil changed on the south side of town. I could go in there and just sit for hours.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I have like cappuccino machines now and all the snacks and water. Like,
you bet.
All right.
Yeah.
Go away for a few hours.
My oil change place has the world's oldest coffee maker there, but the coffee's always hot and ready to go. Right.
Yeah.
And just love it.
Is it still a pot?
Oh, darn right it is. You better believe it is. The original.
Oh boy, what is not original is the way high school football operates in the state right now. And again, I want to, as we talk about this, just the various opinions where we're at, because again, relating it back to when you played at Southeast, what that would entail, what that would feel like, you watching someone come in. But again, I want to make sure we navigate this. This isn't a Trey Taylor problem. This isn't a Tay Ellis problem. don't come at the kids. The kids are making decisions, whatever they're at. But mine is what a slippery slope this could be optically for Nebraska. Again, we're not exempt from all this. This is happening everywhere. You just hear about it here local because it's the first time. One of the first times you're hearing at this level as Trey Taylor will come and play at Millard South. Tay Ellis will join him. There will be more, by the way, that are going to join him. Mine is about the question about high school coaches. And again, this comes in from a great friend of mine that is, again, there's a lot of opinions. What this is like from the coaches looking at it like we're not good enough type. Why not a Lincoln school?
Right.
Why just that school?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I would look at that the way college has been for some time, right? Where the rich kind of get richer with things. I mean, think about back when Alabama was on their decade-long run with Nick Saban, right? Like if that's where the best players wanted to go was wherever the best school is currently. And so it was really hard to recruit guys away from there unless they had other ties to other things, right? And so right now, Millard South is killing everybody, right? I mean, it's not even like
it's not fun. It's not fair.
You're not. It's hard to say you're not getting better, right? Because they're practicing against each other and they have tons and tons of talent there. But at some point, you need to compete against other schools that have similar levels of competition in order to get better, right? Or compete against schools that are better than you in order to improve. Like that's a well-known fact in sports and athletics. You don't get better unless you're competing against people who are at or above your skill level, right? Or you don't improve as much. And so, yeah, on the coaching side of things.
Well, there's a lot of assumptions here, right? Why Millard South? Who's leading that charge? Yeah. Not dogging the school. I'm not trying to dog, I'm trying to just open conversation about who's leading that charge. Is it Coach Rule? Or are we placing kids in the school? Are we leading them there? And again, does it alienate the other high schools around that maybe go why, how, when, how, what, all that stuff, and maybe not want to send their kids to Nebraska?
Right.
I'm not good enough to have one of your guys.
Yeah.
I'm not the school for you.
Right. Yeah. If
you know what I'm saying, like if it's I'm at Southeast back in the day.
Yeah.
But yet they said no, we're going to send them to Southwest. And I'm not picking on those schools. I'm just thinking.
Right. Yeah. No. If honestly, I think the optics of it are horrible. If it is our coaches telling them, hey, you need to go play football at this school or this place, and then you'll be nearby here. I think that could really damage relationships pretty quickly. That being said, now that you can kind of throw money at kids to get them to go places, does the relationship matter as much as it once did? I don't know that it does. Right.
Yeah.
If you look at the number of folks who are entering the transfer portal every single year. And
I mean, the number of kids that are still in the portal that are of no home.
Right.
Is it astonishing.
Or the ones who go into it and then stay at that same program. Right. I mean, look at those twin D tackles at Florida State. Yep. Right. Entered the transfer portal. Like, I mean, I'm making assumptions here. Right. But basically as a way to say we're willing to leave. But I'm up to renegotiate. Yeah. Right. And so who knows? I mean, it's just all kind of insane right now. Like nobody has a handle on it. Right. Nobody understands it. The coaches, I'll guarantee you the coaches would probably tell you they never know what's going to happen next either. Right. So it's just a very different world right now, and creating and forming these super teams, great, but you kind of need to have competition to play against, and it makes me feel bad for the other kids in high school here in
Mhm.
Nebraska who are doing it. I mean,
Playing for second place.
Millard South had 2 forfeits last year,
Mhm.
right? I mean, Lincoln High didn't even play. And I don't blame them for that. And then Benson at halftime, it was 63-0. And they said, yeah, we're just not going to play the second half. I mean, they beat North Platte 84-0 last year.
It's ruined the integrity of what high school sports is supposed to be about. And it can open a can of worms that can send you down a huge rabbit hole. And it could just it's gonna get worse if there's not rules and sanctions put in place. And you compare it to the NCAA transfer portal. It's kind of the same thing. And like you said earlier, Hooks, not blaming the kids.
No.
You can't blame Trey Taylor or
Look,
Tay Ellis for
for
doing
Trey-
this and taking this opportunity, but it does. There are a lot of negatives that might outweigh the positives.
For me, on that side, Trey Taylor, I'm glad to have you here.
Right.
I'm a believer that this might be the best peer recruiter kid that's never stepped on the Husker football field yet.
Right.
The fact that he wants to be here, wants to live in Lincoln and be at every game next year, like he drove from Chicago to get here, do that by himself, to meet all the recruits of 2027, Tails. Like, these guys are saying they want this to be the best class ever at Nebraska. I get you. I'm in with you. So if you're out there coming at the kid's just taking advantage.
Yeah, no, without
of the
question.
situation to be close to where he's going to school at.
Yeah, he's doing it. It's all being done within the rules.
Yes.
Right. There's no.
Yes.
And so I agree with you completely. Right. Like, I'm never going to.
To me, it's the same thing when a kid decides to transfer. Dylan Riley, you fine.
Yeah.
You had a situation here, blah, 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 and you feel better somewhere else. Good luck.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like, I don't get that part of
They're
it.
kids.
They're kids that are there are kids at times that are making decisions, one for themselves, but they also have people around them helping them make those decisions, whether good or bad.
Right.
Right. There's no reason to blame the kid.
Yeah.
The kid, I've seen him having to defend himself on Twitter already.
Yeah. And he's not hurting anybody.
Nope.
Right. And absolutely, like, their kids, good for them, make decisions. Right. Will you look back and maybe decide it wasn't a great decision? Sure.
Yep.
How many times have you and I done that in our lives?
Oh,
I do it on a daily basis. Right.
We're all fallible in this life.
Yeah. And so can't besmirch the kids. I will say that when I start seeing this stuff, right, it pushes me more and more down the track of believing that in some point in the not too distant future, like, I think during your and I's lifetimes, well, it better happen fast. If it's in yours, you're pretty old.
We're on the downside. Second half of life.
Like, I see the NFL taking over college football programs, and it becoming, honestly, what it becomes is minor league baseball.
Like a AAA and AA, all that. Yeah.
Well, what happens then is, how many high school baseball players get drafted every year, right? And some of those kids end up going and playing professional baseball instead of going off to college, right? And yes, they're playing in the minor leagues. I see a situation where the NFL essentially buys football programs, right? And they're still the college football, right?
They're just under my
However,
umbrella.
they're no longer students, right? It becomes just like ice hockey, right? Where you can go play semi-pro, we say semi-pro, right?
Yeah.
But professional ice hockey just at lower level leagues. And then once you're done playing your professional career, if at that point you want to go back to school, go ahead and go back.
We'll look at college basketball over the last couple of days.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And that's
You're-
honestly
like,
even worse.
You're
to me.
describing what we're living of this, again, no fault to the kid or the man or whatever his
Right.
age, that the rules apply, that go play in the G League. And then on Saturday, you're going to start for Alabama or
Right.
play.
Well, I mean, it's happened this year in ice
Louisville,
hockey. Ice hockey, they actually opened it up. So it used to be that one of the best leagues you could play in that wasn't the NHL was when you're younger is major juniors up in Canada or and Quebec Hockey League and other things, which is professional hockey, right? Well, now with the changes and all the NIL and everything else this year, those guys who have played are allowed to come to U.S. schools and play. And so now what's happening is the recruiting of players is no longer from, well, it is still from teams like the Stars and the Lancers and those guys. They're going up to Canada and finding these guys who have been playing professionally, and
you keep winning championships, you're going to be their coach.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's I mean, it's already so. Like honestly, that Canadian hockey stuff is the blueprint for basketball right here for what just happened with Alabama's basketball player. It's the blueprint for it.
It's an amazing world we live in right now.
And it's different for sure. What happens the first time an NFL guy comes back?
Well, I mean, could it be possible if they played it not in the NFL per se, but the Canadian Football League?
I mean, who knows, right? Because right now there's a 3-year waiting period, right? But they have 5 years of college eligibility. So could a guy declare for the draft, go and maybe get picked up on a practice squad situation, go practice squad for a year and say, you know what?
Why not?
I'm going to go back to college and play another year. You get a quarterback who decides to make the jump, or some rush end who decides to make the jump. I'm going to go back to college for another year.
That probably checks the box of not officially playing in a game, being on a scout team.
Not the only positive, but a positive that comes out of this is you need things like this to happen in order for somebody to come in and say, in order for there to be rules put in place. And you just hope that, and this is a tall task, but you hope the NCAA does something about it, because you know that in the past they kind of just let things fly like this. But we don't need, you have all these players entering the transfer portal, and then you got guys suing schools. You have the school suing the players. It's just a whole big mess that the NCAA has created. You talked about Canadian hockey. It's happening there. There just needs to be more rules and sanctions put in place. And unfortunately, things like this need to happen in order for those rules to be put in place.
Yeah. No, I agree with you completely. Right. Because that's what happens with everything, right? People will find the loopholes, right? Find the things that make it work and work well to their advantage appropriately, right? Like who's not trying to get an edge, and then they figure out that that's a problem and it changes.
Somebody says, nope, you can't do that anymore.
Right.
Boy, it's good stuff. Let's take another break. We'll come back. We'll do some college football. Apparently, there's been an update. Sources are saying what the playoff looks like going forward next year.
Changing it again?
Kinda. It's a kinda. That, Husker Hoops, and a whole lot more when we return. ESPN reporting this. How awesome do you think this would be? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. ESPN is now reporting that the Bills are bringing in a way aged quarterback who played a couple games last year for a head coaching spot, possibly.
Ooh, wow.
Phillip Rivers.
No way.
Interviewing for the Buffalo Bills job.
Cool.
Head coaching job? Wow.
He was a high school football coach before he played in the NFL this year.
I love that.
Buddy. Whatever you believe, Phillip Rivers, man, I don't even know, but like his trash talk is top.
No,
he may be the top trash talker ever play the game. Current today for the Bills.
That would actually be really cool.
Like talking about like doubling down and turning something into something. From 14 or 15-year vet to coming back, playing a few snaps, being a pretty successful in high school. I'm like, I think you can coach in the NFL.
Where'd you find this update to the?
So right here on 3, and then Brett McMurphy on Twitter. Let's see if they put it on. CBS Sports has got it out there too. Yeah, CBS Sports has it on their page. The two powers could not come to a resolution. And I mean, what I mean by that is SEC, Big Ten. The biggest change will be there's guarantees in it. That one of I know which one you're looking at.
Wow.
The two power hungries, Big Ten, SEC, were battling through this thing.
I mean, they're talking about potentially expanding to 20.
Well, that was in the mix, 16 to 24. So the Big Ten, we'll get to it. The Big Ten prefers one thing, and the SEC prefers something else.
Wow.
But Paul Feinbaum apologized yesterday. He told you who the best conference in the country was yesterday.
I thought that was AI when I first heard it. It's real.
It's real. He apologized.
Paul Feinbaum saying that?
Yeah, he apologized. Did you hear that? Welcome back in the morning, Hookup. A few moments left on a cold Friday. Almost said something else. Really cold Friday. Take care of yourselves out there. Sources coming out with the college football playoff. Indiana created maybe the biggest turnaround ever in any sport. From their history to what Signetti has done with that team, going 6-0, win a national championship. There's been a lot of power struggles with the Big Ten, SEC, and how they want this format to look. Big Ten prefers a 24-team format with multiple automatic qualifiers per conference. So Power is getting Big Ten multiple people in 3 or 4 than SEC before they're partially a 16-team format with a 5 plus 11, 5 autos in the other 11. Couldn't get anything done. Nobody done. We're stuck with the 12 for now. But there's changes to the 12. There's changes. Obviously, last year there was one question mark. Duke goes out, wins the ACC. They're not in. So now they're going to tweak it just a little bit. Where, regardless of where the rank, the Power 4 champions are now guaranteed. Okay? Those Power 4 are guaranteed to get in. SEC, Big 10, Big 12, ACC, guaranteed to get in. Notre Dame is also guaranteed a spot if they finish in the top 12.
Of course. Of course.
All you can do is laugh.
I mean, the whole thing will continue to be a massive joke to me, okay? Until they get rid of the AP and coaches polls.
Yep.
Okay? It'll be a massive joke to me because unless a team goes Penn State style like they did this year, if a team starts the year ranked number 1 or number 2 in the country and they lose 2 or 3 games throughout the course of the season, they will still be ranked in the top 12. Right? I mean, it doesn't really matter how they do it, right? Unless they fall apart like Penn State did. Wherever they start that season,
you're never going lower.
They're not going to wiggle so far.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
To start that high and finish that low without a Penn State collapse.
Right. Because what happens is then all the other teams that they play against, like the win looks really good against Penn State when they're ranked number 2, right? When they're ranked number 200, it doesn't look as good. And so it's really hard for those teams that start off outside the top 25 or at the bottom edge of the top 25 to work their way up because everybody's, and so when there's a bias towards conferences and a bias towards teams, right, as there always is when it comes to human voting, right, it makes it really difficult for people to change positions.
Mhm.
And so, as I've said, bring back the BCS computer,
Just plug and play it.
Use that to do your rankings.
The AP poll is consisted of a bunch of people who don't actually watch football,
Right.
but look at the scores and have no clue what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They rank teams, and it's a joke every single week, and they get clowned every single week. The AP poll hasn't meant anything in 5 to 10 years.
Interesting. So going forward to be a 12 team, still 12 team, 4 autos, and Notre Dame.
So, okay, let's say they get to the 24 team.
Yeah, what's that?
thing.
Oh my gosh.
They get to the 24 team. How many games you got running then?
Well, that I think at the 24 level, somehow that goes into the bowl season. Bowls become.
I mean, you got to get to 16.
Got to get to 16.
Right.
But I hate expansion too far because we become all inclusive.
I mean,
to me, that's like because college basketball, they're at 68. They've talked about 76, 90. It waters it down so much.
Well, I'm just thinking in terms of
how many games you got to play after the 12 you already play.
Yeah. Right. How many games do you have to play? So let's say you're in that.
Well, you have double buys in that situation, right? You have how many buy? You have buy situations, right?
You'd have to have buy situations.
Is it 8 buys? Is it 4 doubles? 4 with single? That leaves you a 6. Oh. Is that's got to be 4 to 5 games you got to play.
I mean,
past.
to get it down to 16 teams, right, from 24, you've got to eliminate 8, right? And so you have to. So your top 8 teams would probably have a bye, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next 16 teams would play that first game, and then you'd be down to 16. So that you'd be game 1, then you'd be at a round of 16, round of 8, round of 4. Round of 2.
So if you're coming from 9 through 16, you got to win 5 games to win the national championship.
You have to win 5 games.
Past
17
playing
games.
you're in the NFL.
Yeah, you're in the NFL. Not only that, but then you have 8 games that very first week, 8 games the next week, 4 games, 2 games, and then 1 game, right? 8, 8, 4, 2, 1. What is that? 23. Okay. All right. Where's your bowl games? Where's the other bowl games? Okay.
You're probably playing these sites that they're playing at turn into those bowl games.
You know,
or you do multiple home sites for a couple weeks. Money.
I mean, I'm not
money
gonna lie.
And power.
Aside from catching snippets of each of the playoff games this year, I didn't watch a single bowl game. I didn't watch a single one. I didn't even turn it on.
I think you're amongst a lot of people that did that.
Right?
You're a lot of people that did that. That it became so watered out. There were a massive amount of people that watched a national championship game.
Right.
It was highly rated, but the bowl game situation.
Yeah. Well, it was on a Monday night, and so it turns out I had stuff to do. Right.
Yeah.
So I wasn't just sitting there watching it. I caught 1/4 of it, but
it's just money. There's money. All this is it's being driven by a lot of different things. And we know that the networks are driving this. We know the 2 powers are driving this, in the SEC and the Big Ten. And there's a power struggle to get our teams in to create more money and opportunities.
Yep.
In that situation. Also, if you're blessed, I guess, call it in that. If you get to 16, 9 through or whatever the number is, get a home game revenue for the universities.
Right. Yeah. And that's what it comes down to.
It does. But again, 12 teams next year, 4 autos, the 4 powers will get their autos, and then Notre Dame if they're in the top 12. So 5 of the 12 spots are already done.
I wonder what the Vegas betting line is on Notre Dame being in the top 12.
Minus a lot.
Yeah.
Minus a lot. So, all right, let's take our final break. We'll come back, do a few stories we missed with the doctor. All power struggles, boys.
Dan, we had a high school basketball game on the airwaves last night, and Elijah and Justice were on, and Justice had a great call.
Listen to this.
I'm
It's
gonna play a
great.
clip for you.
Fiddler fires up a three and Cruz. Fiddler knocks one down and he holds up 3 fingers to the sky.
I mean, that's a 29-footer right there. That's a bomb from Cruz Fiddler. Somebody better make sure that we get the cops on this scene. This guy's starting to heat up.
Somebody better get the cops on the scene. This guy's about to heat up.
I love that. That's awesome. That's fantastic. That's a great call.
That ended up being a good game. Bergen Catholic was like #1 in C1 or something like that, and Lutheran gave them a fight.
Nice.
Ended up being a 3-point game.
Dude, Lincoln basketball is really good this year.
What do we got? Is it right now? Is it 3? About 3 in the top 5?
I think so.
I know Southeast has had a few struggles as of late.
Yeah, but I mean, North Star, Southeast, Southwest, Lincoln. I mean, Lincoln High is good. Northeast is better than what their record shows. They've had a ton of close games. They get Lincoln High tonight. That'll be a good game. We'll have that one here with I think Schmitty's on the call.
Nice.
Yeah, all around Lincoln, they've got some good schools. Even if you go down to Class B, you got Norris, you got a ton of good schools.
Look, good luck to all of them tonight. If I don't have to go outside, I ain't going out.
And tomorrow, I don't think I'm getting up from my bed tomorrow.
Oh man, tomorrow it's just as bad.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
Something we did miss. It's cold outside. My goodness, I just looked. -3, 23 wind chill. You hockey guys like this, don't you?
No,
That's
this
what
is
it feels
miserable,
like,
man.
That's what it feels like in the box.
Dude, whenever I'm coaching, I have on battery-powered socks, a battery-powered vest.
Well, you're coaching.
Long johns, you name it. I am keeping warm.
When it's that cold and like you get a penalty, because I had a kid for a while that did that, and they're super sweaty and they stink like whatever.
Oh, they smell terrible.
Terrible. But when you go to the box and the penalty, do you cool down?
A little bit, but you're kind of warmed up.
Like you're mad?
Well, that and you just they're in warm, sweaty hockey gear.
Are you guys in the penalty range now?
Oh yeah,
level hockey.
Oh yeah, kids get penalties all the
Yeah,
time.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you could
How
call
many
it
times-
penalty on. You could call it penalty on every shift though.
How many times your kid been in the box?
He's spent some time.
Are you proud?
I mean, no, because it's always for something dumb. Well, it's not for something dumb.
If you're gonna do it right.
No, he hasn't taken any. He's only taken one dumb penalty, but really, it's always like I call them lazy penalties, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're tripping, you're hooking, you're slashing.
Because you're behind.
It's because you're not moving your feet, and so we try really hard to explain to the kids that getting stick penalties are lazy penalties, and it means you're not moving your feet. So they take those. I'm a little upset.
Yeah, it's enough you're proud.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, yes.
I mean, once in a while, my kid runs somebody, and that's fun.
Oh yeah.
All right. What's the weekend bringing? What's the anything at the clinic going
Well,
on? You got clinics. You got to change your shoes.
I know. I got to change. I got to make it home to change my shoes. But otherwise, we got women's gymnastics tomorrow.
Yeah.
3:00. So I'll be down there for that. Then I'm covering the Stars game tomorrow night at 6. And then on Sunday, we're trying to recruit a new doc. And so I'm going to be getting together with him. And then I've got my old man hockey game. I got a full weekend planned.
Man, what do you play those old man games at? I need to come
We
watch
play them
some.
down at the ice box. You don't want to watch, man. It's a bunch of old has-beens and never
know.
wases.
I
But
don't
it's a lot of exercise. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
that's
some
what we
exercise
need.
in too.
That's what we need.
Is gymnastics pretty good this year? I thought
They
I
are,
saw
didn't they?
something came across my Twitter that they're like a pretty high ranking.
Men's gym is always very highly ranked. I haven't seen what the women's gym ranking stuff looks like. Now, unfortunately, gymnastics is one of those sports, men's gymnastics in particular, that really has taken a big hit since Title IX stuff. I mean, for lack of a better way to put it, right? Because it's a fairly high risk sport. It does require expensive specialized equipment for a lot of it and space. And so the men's gym across the country has, I think there's somewhere in the mid 30 of programs now. There's not as many as there used to be,
Mm-hmm.
but our men's gym team has been
dynamic for a long time.
for decades, right? Has just been excellent. The women's team, there are a lot of women's gym programs and a lot of really good ones. And so they do tend to fluctuate just a little bit more. It's a great watch, though.
Oh, I bet.
It's a great
gymnastics is
watch.
awesome.
They get good crowds for the women's gym. I wish they had better crowds for the men's gym. It's actually, I may be wrong here, but I think it may be free to go to even. But men's gym, I mean, just seeing how athletic they are, it's
Oh,
actually really cool.
It's so
Huge.
impressive.
Awesome.
Their upper body strength, it's insane.
I know there's a big Husker week, and obviously we talked about basketball 11 o'clock tomorrow on TV. Also, women's hoops is down there trying to get back on track against Illinois tonight. Top wrestling matchup tonight.
Yeah, top five
I was
matchup?
in. I
Top
went
10
into
matchup.
top 10.
Yeah, top 10 matchup.
Big one.
Yeah.
Nebraska off 3 straight meets. They're 4-1 at home. They'll be going tonight. You mentioned gymnastics. Big Husker weekend going on.
And for the women's basketball, I think they're trying to pack PBA for it too. I think they're doing a ton of promotions and things for it also. So hopefully this cold doesn't scare too many people away.
Because are they doing? I thought I read something. Maybe I'm wrong, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. They were doing something with the tick. I don't know, something.
It's for the students that I think it's like the first 150 students who go into the.
They get a shirt.
They get a shirt, and they also get priority seating for the men's game. So the first 150 students who go to the women's game will
For the
get a
next
shirt,
one.
and then priority seating for the men's game.
Look at that. It's a big one coming up.
Yeah, no, it's good. And it's awesome that basketball, both men's and women's sides, doing so well this year.
Mhm.
It kind of gets rid of the doldrums of the winter.
It does, because we've spent a lot of winters like that.
Yeah.
One thinking about spring game, all that, which is back.
It is back. It is
March. Boy, you're rolling the dice with weather. March.
Yeah, they
28th.
moved it up. I
They
just
did.
got the schedule from them the other day, and
Everything
they
moved up.
moved everything up, which I'm okay with.
It's I am too. I think from that perspective, I mean, for us, I looked at it because I don't typically get to go to the spring game with my kids because it's baseball. We're already in April. We got baseball going on, but we don't start playing games until April. But it's an interesting timing because obviously we had never had to deal with this. And as Dannon called it yesterday, first world problems. If it happens to be that game day would be a possible Elite Eight type game for Nebraska basketball if they're in the second weekend.
Put it up on the big screen.
Oh.
Just put it up on the big screen. Everybody watching the stadium.
Yeah, they weren't watching the game.
Yeah. No replays.
Doc, you're the man. You guys need him. DrDaneTodd.com, 402-484-4012. For any of your orthopedic needs, or you just want to just say hi to the doctor. Yell at him if you had the Stars game.
I'll be there.
Say hi to him. You guys are awesome. Boys, stay warm this weekend. Stay safe. The mail can stay there. It's too cold to get the mail.
Too cold.
So you guys are awesome. Have a great Husker and Homer Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you on a Monday.
What hour do you want me once I switch to Mondays?
First hour Monday.
Okay, 9.
Is that all right?
Mhm.
Can I work on that? That way you get the full. You'll get the full hour.
Yeah.
Because we have Mondays. It's Evan Bland's on hour number 2.
That works fine for me.
Yeah, just let me know when you want to start it.
For February.
So